come back.
I just got a new car and you know, this paint needs to be better than perfect and protected. Today, I'm going to show you the exact 26 product that I chose and most importantly, why. So today you're gonna get my exact formula from the dealership to the final step. So I hope you're ready. Let's jump right into it. What's up? My name is Frank. I've been detailing cars for over a decade now and I have tested hundreds of products. Detailing is all I do all day long. Back in July, I had the opportunity to spec my new 2026 BMW M340i, and for this, I asked them specifically to not touch the car upon delivery, to not remove any wraps or protective film, to not wash the car, just leave it as is, I'm gonna take care of it. So they kept their word, they haven't touched the car, they just did the PDI, and as you can see, the car was full of dust, handprints, water stains, you name it, so I was really excited to bring it home. By the way, from this video, you can just copy paste my process, use it for yourself, and dominate your neighborhood with blinding gloss. All the products and tools used and mentioned during this video are going to be linked down in the description. You can always use the coupon code DOGMA, and that's the best way to support this channel. Thank you so much. All right, step number one, gotta get the car clean first, right? So as soon as I got here, I hooked up my pressure washer. I'm using the AR630, the best pressure washer in my opinion. And then I filled up my bucket and my foam cannon with Labo Cosmetica Primus 2.0. So this is a great pre-wash. Remove all the dust, all the stains, all the grease from the car before even touching it. So I'm using this as a pre-wash. 1 to 10 dilution, so 1 part of this, the rest water in your foam cannon. And then I filled up my bucket halfway with water and I added around 50 ml of the Primus 2.0. You can use this as your contact wash as well. There's very, very nice lubrication. In other words, Primus 2.0 can be used as a decontamination soap. Now I want to clean the dirtiest part of the car, which is always going to be the wheels. First thing first is to clean the tires before getting anything wet. Clean the tires, so I'm applying Adam's woolen tire cleaner to give this the deepest clean. Start fresh. Even though the tires are new, I still can notice a layer of grime. After applying the Adam's woolen tire cleaner, I use my Detail Factory tire brush. Give them a good scrub, but this product is so strong, it pulled off all the brown from the tires, making this as good as possible. All right, as you can see on this car, we have gloss black wheels, so I want to keep those pristine. And as you may know, gloss black is the color that does not forgive. So I'm using again the pre-wash Labo Cosmetica, the Primus 2.0 in my foam cannon. This is the active foam cannon. Foam it up, let it dwell and rinse it off with your pressure washer. My AR630 and my gun is the SGS 28. So I'm using the active because in my opinion, this is the best foam cannon that gives me the perfect foam that I'm looking for. Not too thick or not too runny. Refoam the wheel with the same soap to make my life easy and simple and use my Geon wash mitt for the contact wash. As you can see, I'm trying to work in the shade as much as possible. So the next step is the pre-wash. Like I said earlier, the pre-wash is super crucial for me. I'm a firm believer in pre-washing. I want to remove as much dirt, as much grime as possible before even touching the paint. So for this, again, using the Primus 2.0, foam the car really well, let it dwell. As you can see, we have a nice blanket. After the dwell time, obviously, a good rinse with the pressure washer. So this paint was super clean right after this step. This is why Labo Cosmetica 2.0, Primus 2.0 is one of the best on the market when it comes to pre-wash. So the next step, I told you that I want to make my life as easy and get rid of the wash as soon as possible. This is why I use the same product, the Primus 2.0, as my contact wash. I'm ready to do my contact wash with my wash mitt, which is the DIY Detail wash mitt, new on the market, but the same material here that I've been using for years and years. Great wash mitt, love it, super soft, lasts a long time. Wash it after every wash, and this thing is gonna serve you very well. After the contact wash, give it a good rinse, and now it's a perfect time to inspect the water behavior on the paint. This is another reason why I ask the dealer specifically to not touch the car, so they don't prep it their way, they don't add a sealant, wax, whatever they do during their prep. So I was really happy to see the paint just naturally sheeting. Now most of the wet work is done. I pulled the car inside for inspection. I did not feel bumps or any specific contamination on the paint as I dragged my hand across it, but still I want to make sure that I fully decontaminate it. So this is why I use the new DIY Detail Quad Decontamination Towel. So the lubricant of choice for me today is Koshemi Rinseless Wash or Rapid Rinseless Wash. New product for me. I'm currently testing this, but so far I really love it. Super lubricated, Smells really good, works like a champ, is one of the best for sure. Now the decontamination towel was brand new, so first thing first, I broke it in the glass. And then I moved onto the paint and I was removing light contamination, but nothing crazy. Now, if you have a new car and it has a few hundred miles, maybe 1,000 or 2,000 miles, and it's been sitting for a while, I highly recommend that you use the air remover and maybe even a tar remover. In my situation, the car did not need it. I did not feel like it needed more than a quick decontamination towel. And don't forget to do all the glass around the car, and you'll know exactly why later in this video. So after decontaminating the paint with the decontamination towel, very easy here, just dry the car. I use my favorite and best drying towel, which is the Decon Silk Dryer, as you can see in the footage. Great towel, super soft, doesn't scratch the paint, and I have the rinseless solution as well on the paint, which is gonna help to avoid marring. By the way, recently I've been using and testing a new product for me. This is Built-Timber Atomac. So I've been testing this with great success. This product is made to prevent your brake disc from rusting. So you dilute this at 5% in an empty bottle with distilled water. Spray this on your disc as soon as you're done with washing the car, and then you'll see a great difference with using this product on your disc compared to not using anything at all. With a brand new car, you get brand new tires, and most tire manufacturers are going to have a mark, a sign on the tire. It's like a stamp from the tire manufacturer, just to let you know that this tire is brand new. So I want to remove this. This is a white dot. Sometimes it'll be a yellow, orange dot. You want to remove this as soon as possible. So very simple here. Pick a cheap microfiber towel and use Carpo Tarex. A few spray on the towel, rub it against the dot or the sign, and it'll come off like butter. It might be there in 4 years still if I don't use something like Tarex. So a few drips of Tarex in here. Come off really easy. Wipe it down, and I'll do the same here. Just to be on the safe side, knock it down. Looks pretty good. Do the 4 wheels. I don't want to have any white spots or any white dots on my tire as I roll. With a brand new car, when you remove the protective films, the wraps, you want to pull them away from the car, making sure you don't leave that much glue on it. But for me, I found 2 to 3 spots with leftover glue. So for this, again, we're using Carpo Tarex, a real piece of cake. Just rub that against the glue gently and it'll come off again like butter. You can use alcohol, but Tarex is much more effective. It'll get the job done much faster and much easier. By the way, when using a solvent such as Tarex, after every use, you want to make sure to knock off the active ingredients in there. So use a panel prep. You can rinse with water and make sure you don't leave this on the paint for too long. In today's world, car brands like to add badges on every single panel. So if you're like me, not all badges are welcome. So for this car, I want to remove the X-Drive badge at the back. So let's look how I got this done. I'm gonna give this some heat. Be careful with heat. Use the lowest setting on your gun. Be careful here, we have plastic. We have a plastic piece here as well. What I usually do is put my hand across, and if it's really too hot on my hand, it's probably too hot for the paint or the plastics. Keep in mind your car lives outside, so it's resistant to heat. I'm just giving you a warning to not go crazy with it. You don't waste too much time so it doesn't cool down. You take your fishing line. This is 20 pounds. I'll have links down below for the fishing line. And try to not gouge your paint. Up and down should slice the adhesive. Pull on it. We're going to use the eraser wheel by 3M. I'll have link down below for this as well. This is another thing that you want to be careful with heat. Somewhat low speed. You don't want to tilt this too much. Okay, so here we just have some minor adhesive. Take your Tarex towel and use it again to remove that leftover adhesive. That should come off easy if you did a good job. And same principle, use your paint prep once more. Now with the paint super clean and dry, it's time to inspect the paint, making sure we don't have random isolated scratches, marring, deep gouges or anything like that. So first off, I'm using the Next LED line of light. This is going to be crucial to find maybe deeper defects. So I found one quote-unquote deeper scratch just below the gas cap. And I also found out that on the flat surfaces, meaning the trunk, the roof and the hood, we had a light layer, a film of dried up water stains of some sort. So with that, I'm ready to spot correct those areas, getting them out of the way before the final polish. To spot correct those areas, I picked up P&S Rehab as my correcting compound with a Lake Country HDO blue. That's their coarse foam pad. If that does not work, I could have stepped up my aggressiveness, but this combo worked actually really well. Now to spot correct, I did not need a full size buffer, so I went with my Flex PXC80. And then to correct the flat surfaces, I use my ShineMate 620. This is 21 millimeter with a 5-inch backing plate. And then for this, I use the same compound, the P&S Rehab with an orange HDO. This is a step under the blue pad, and I felt like it worked really well, so I did not need to go above that. Now with the paint spot corrected, the rest of the car had a few minor, very light swells here and there. And my goal with this car is to get the highest gloss, the best looking paint you can see on the road. And the next step is just that. So I picked up the decon primer. This is a jeweling polish with a base primer, so don't overthink that, more on that later. But this is pretty much a finishing polish. And again, I'm using this to get the best gloss, and I paired it with the Lake Country black pad. So this is a jeweling pad or a finishing pad. And in the range of Lake Country, this is the pad that's going to give you the most gloss, but has limitation when it comes to cut. This car did not need cut, so this is exactly why I'm going with this combo. Now as I'm polishing this paint, using my Next LED line of light to inspect my work, I can't believe how much gloss we have, how much crisp and sharp this paint is looking. So I was really happy with the results. Now cleaning the car, decontamination and polishing took me about 5 hours. So the next day I started first with the paint prep. This is your alcohol-based paint prep, just to remove any polishing oils, any residue before the protection step. Now I know some of you guys are going to ask, Frank, you use a primer polish, you don't need the paint prep. Well, I decided to still use it, even though we were 12 hours after. Gian mentioned you don't have to use the paint prep if you wait 24 hours. I had a decision to make here, and I decided to use the paint prep regardless. So here, pretty simple. Take your nice towel. If you can buy new towels, that's even better. Don't be afraid to spray this on the paint. Don't be afraid to soak your panel, making sure you really degrease every single inch of the car. Then I use a second one that is dry. It's the same towel, and buff it to perfection, just like so. Now don't forget to polish and compound the windshield and the back glass as well. These glasses, I tested them, they had no coating from the factory, but you'll know why I'm polishing it now. Now, as far as the protection product that I'm going with, like I mentioned earlier, I want to have the best gloss, the best looking paint, the most depth as possible. So I went with the Gian Infinite Base Type 2. This is their professional line, and this coating is the little brother of Gian Pure. For me, they feel exactly the same upon application, and I've had good success with the consumer grade version, which again is Decon Evo Pure. Great coating, easy to work with, brings the most gloss, insane depth of the paint. Decon calls it candy gloss or apple candy gloss. So, I mean, you guys know, my regular viewers, I've had this on my previous car, hood and fenders. Great coating, lasts a long time, and like I said, the darkening effect of this product is insane. For me, ceramic coatings needs to be applied thick. There's different school of thoughts here, but work panel by panel. For this instance, I chose the trunk. I did a big line in the middle. Then I can go around my edges and come back towards the middle, over the initial big line. And you guys can see this, how easy it is. It's been, I'd say, pretty much 2 minutes. So in the professional line of coatings for Decon, you get the optional top coat. So I decided to go with it. This is their top coat type 2. So essentially, this product is going to add what the base layer lacks. So pretty much this one is going to add slickness to the paint. So for me, it's well worth the second layer. Again, this is optional, but like I said, I want the best of the best for my own car. So I went and invested the extra time. By the way, my friends, these products, the Decon products in this video, are provided by my friends at carzilla.ca. So go check them out. I have links down below. You can always use the code DOGMA to save you some money. Now, if you're curious about the coating that I'm using, you can always grab the consumer grade version. This is proven and tested by myself. And if you're a professional and you're also curious, you can always reach out to Decon in your area and try the infinite coating. Great stuff, easy to use, affordable as well, and just great stuff all around. Now, to complete the work, I want to coat the glass as well, front and back at least. So I'm going with a coating that I've been testing on my previous car and other cars, and a great one, super easy to use, the easiest windshield coating that I've found other than Rain-X. I'll say it's even easier than Rain-X and lasts a very long time, super resistant to the wiper abrasion, no wiper chatter, nothing like that. Just great coating all around. So this is the Ethos Easy Glass, and it's really that easy. So great stuff. You can get this for 15 mLs, or this one is the 50. You don't need the 50 if you just coat 2 to 3 cars. The 50 is more for the pro size. Now, as far as the wheels are concerned, I really want to coat them, but here in around a month or so, I'm going to remove them off the car and put my winter set of wheels and tire. So this is going to be the best opportunity to give them a really nice coat inside and out all around. So I will be using the Decon rim for this. That's definitely one of the best wheel coating in my experience. For me to do the best wheel coating job, you have to take the wheels off the car, and next month I'll have to do it. So I'll do it then. When I spec'd this car, I chose to go with the high performance tires, and I was really hoping to get Michelin PS4Ss, but instead I got the Goodyear F1 tires. My first experience with them is crazy good, super comfortable, and can't say good enough things about it. So, you know guys, in my best product of the year, I chose to go with the Koshimi HPC as my favorite tire dressing. So this is exactly it that I use on this. A little bit more gloss than maybe some of you guys like, but for me this is super good at protecting the tire. I really love the darkening effect, and the gloss is just well done. After a short drive, it can tone down the gloss if it looks too much on first glance. But like I said, for me, it's just the best stuff and looks really sharp for a long time. Now with a brand new car and as good condition as I got it, with the best quality of work I could provide, took me about 8 hours. So not too bad, 8 hours total is great. I'm super satisfied. You can check out the results. The car looks stunning, the paint is insane, jaw-dropping, and I can't wait to experience it more, and I also can't wait for the first wash in 2 weeks. So I left the car inside for 2 days and then started to drive it as my new daily driver, just enjoying my new car as much as I could. Earlier in this video, I talked about getting perfect paint. A few months ago, I perfected a Porsche GT4, and to find out how I did it and what product I use, watch this video right here.